So Paul, just a narrow defeat today, 3-2 to Kendal Town. Not the result we want, but performance, I think that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, we walk away from a game of football not having 3 points, but the progression and the level of performance is getting better and better every week, and we were the better team for large parts of that game. And the first half I thought we controlled the game, and they created very, very little, and I'm not sure the penalty was a penalty, to be honest, but it was given, and to then concede a second goal so quickly afterwards when it's our centre and they basically go straight up the pitch and score was just criminal, really. And we had some words at half time, obviously, and it was a case of, well, that's what are we made of, and we're made of some really stern stuff, to be honest. The players who finished the first half came out and set a really good tempo for 10 or 15 minutes, and then the finishers that we call them came off the bench and added to it as well. And it was a really strong second half performance against the side that has won a lot of games in recent months, and we're very, very disappointed not to have 3 points, but we're walking off knowing that the performance levels are improving, but it's the first goal really took the wind out of everyone's sails, but we can't concede the second goal so close to half time, and I think if we don't concede that second one we go on to win the game reasonably comfortably. So I think the great fans that were here supporting us today, and I've got to say thank you to them for travelling up to Kendal, saw us perform really well, and we need to do that consistently now until the end of the season, and if we do that we'll be alright.
I know the Kendal fans themselves, as we were coming off the pitch, they were saying as well how impressed they actually were, and that performance does not reflect the results really that we've been having.
Yeah.
So it's on we're on to Squires Gate now, which is on Wednesday. What can we learn from a game like today where we've just missed out narrowly, and what can we impose that for the next game?
Yeah, it's more of the same out of possession. We were much better out of possession. Our shape around the pitch was better. We were closing the space down and closing players down much better as a group today, and played in better areas of the pitch, in their half of the pitch a lot more, and that was something we really wanted to emphasise today. So we need to do that again. We need to make it hard for Squires Gate to get into our half of the pitch, and we did that for most of the game today. But still conceded 3 goals. So yeah, it's keep going where we're going and it'll turn. We have a good feeling in the club, in the dressing room, that we're on the right path. It's so frustrating at the moment, and I feel for the lads. They need a little bit of luck. That the penalty decision, just doesn't. When it's not going your way, it's not going your way. But that can't be a reason to lose a football match. And today it was. For another minute afterwards, we switched off completely, and that's what's cost us the game. And the other 95 minutes of football was actually really, really good. And if we can keep that level and keep that consistency, as you say, the Kendal supporters can't quite believe we've not won, and their managers, been very complimentary and said, that they've got away with one there, and that's nice to hear. But without the 3 points, it doesn't mean very much, does it? So, we're walking away very disappointed. Players are down, but they're also proud of their reaction, and I'm very proud of their reaction and how we played in that second half. And Wednesday, more of the same. And if we keep delivering that, then we'll be, as I say, we'll be okay.
Although we want to, be taking each game as it comes, in the long run, do you think this is going to build a massive togetherness for the players, going through this tough patch together? Do you think this is actually going to, in a way, we're going to bond over this in the future? Massively.
You learn most through tough times, don't you? And if you're winning lots, and you can get a little bit complacent potentially. And we're certainly not that at the moment, and it's really making everybody dig deep, really making everybody work for each other and understand a little bit more about how to get the best out of each other. And as you say, if we manage it well as a group, and that's just not me managing it, but me, the club, the supporters, everyone around, the players, if we manage it well, then the club's in a much stronger position than it might be otherwise. These dips are really frustrating. Not nice when you're going through it, but there's some really good learnings and really good outcomes and really good character building aspects and behaviour building aspects that will stand us in very good stead, as long as we get back up, on towards the positive trajectory really. So we believe we're going to do that. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, we'd like it to have happened 3 weeks ago, but it'll happen. And when it does, as you say, we'll be in a really, really good place, not just for the rest of this season, but for the seasons ahead with this group, especially the young players. They need to have these struggles, they need to have these challenges, they need support around them to help them get through it and to learn and improve and develop. And it's a steep learning curve for them. They're doing ever so well. We all, as a club and the fan base around it, can play a massive part in helping support the players through it. So, as I say, we're in a good place for years to come. So that's partly my job, to help them to figure things out and maybe learn and develop a little bit faster than they might do otherwise. But these challenging moments are not nice, but we're approaching it in a really good way, and the players are approaching it in a really good way. And I hope that the people at home and the supporters, wherever they might be, help them to manage it as well, because if we do, the club's got a bright future.
Okay, thanks for your time, Paul. Thanks.
Cheers.